Hello, I'm Dudley Thompson and welcome to Inside the Vault here on WDT Media TV and also on Caribbean World Channel. Everald Warmington is saying the NIC is tainted, but the PMP Julian Robinson is throwing cold water on that argument by Mr. Everald Warmington.
It says that Mr. Rand Evans, Director of Corruption Prevention, is one member of your team. And what it said that he was employed to Dr. Peter Phillips in a political capacity as advisor. I understand he was employed to Mrs. Portia Miller. I don't have that firm information. But I have it here that he was employed to Dr. Peter Phillips in a political capacity as an advisor. Political advisor to someone in politics happened to be a director of corruption investigation. That's what I'm talking about. This department is tainted.
Oh, no.
Certainly.
The person who you named, his title is Director of Corruption Prevention, Stakeholder Engagement, and Anti-Corruption Strategy. As far as I know, and I know in my capacity because I participated in training organized by the Integrity Commission, that was the role the individual plays.
Yes.
The individual don't play a role in determining who must be investigated, don't play a role in determining what report must come here, don't play a role in whether anybody must be prosecuted. So I don't know why we're going down this road to persecute somebody. It's not right.
Minister of Finance saying he will not apologize for the use of the term Masa Mark.
To apologize, however, Madam Speaker, would be to legitimize what simply is not true. The truth is that Masa, in its modern usage, is applied non-racially.
PMP's Mark Bolin has apologized for his damn fool comment.
I said something where we shouldn't say it that way. Because I was just saying to myself, imagine when the people among public sector workers go on strike, they must have PNP put them up with. Like them don't respect the public sector workers and the struggle that they are in. So anybody who, when I call usually for damn fool talk, if I hurt anybody's feelings or anything, I'm sorry, never mean that. I was just pointing out how totally ridiculous it was.
Dr. Angella Brown Burke has apologized for her recent shut-the-mouth outburst in Parliament.
Madam Speaker, I rose and I retorted based on what was happening at the moment. And I am the first to say that if I was not so provoked and could have contained my temper at the time, I could very easily have said, will you please allow me to make my point undisturbed? And so today, Madam Speaker, I have absolutely no problem. As I started to say last week, that I am willing to withdraw the comments that I made. I do so under no duress. But I do so conscious, Madam Speaker, that the Parliament requires a reset.
Dr. Clark went on to highlight inconsistency, the use of the word Masa.
Former members of this House who sat on the other side appeared in an episode of an online program, Madam Speaker, probe, and the program was titled Mombasa Grass for Masa Horse. And the Masa reference here was the then Minister of Agriculture, who's a member on this side. The byline, Madam Speaker, to this episode was, in quotes, probing issues of power. For the members, Madam Speaker, who appeared in that program, Masa was not about race. It was about power. And the link to this Masa titled program was retweeted from the official account of the opposition with the encouragement, watch this video. Watch this video. Masa, then, Madam Speaker, was not about race. It was about power, and the opposition's official Twitter account recommended that episode and that video. So, Madam Speaker, I see an inconsistency, therefore, to now claim racism when the exact same term that they used applied to a member on this side is now racist when the same term is used on the other side. But as in all cultures, previously subjugated groups often reclaim and reappropriate words that originated during oppressive times for their own use. In fact, Madam Speaker, according to the Jamaica Patois Dictionary, the primary definition of Big Masa is God Almighty, which is an unquestionable reference to God's power, not to any race or color. Similarly, the lyrics of a popular modern Jamaican gospel song includes the line, Masa God a God. Now, are Jamaican Christians being racist by their use of the word Masa in this song? When former U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo visited Jamaica in 2018 to meet with 7 CARICOM heads of government right here in Jamaica, the late Honorable Barbara Gludon wrote an article in the Jamaica Observer which she titled, Big Masa Passing Through. Was the esteemed Barbara Gludon being racist? Was she referring to Mike Pompeo as a slave master? No. Miss Gludon was referring to her perceptions of the power relations among the parties. Now, Madam Speaker, is the term Masa only used to describe power relations involving a white person? Well, let's look at the evidence. No one accused the previous union of being racist in 2009 when their General Secretary likened Prime Minister Bruce Golding to a quote-unquote backramasa during the course of wage negotiations. The story appeared in the Gleaner, and there were certainly no editorials about the use of a racial slur. Madam Speaker, former PNP MP Ronnie Thwaites, who once sat in this House, has used the terms Bakra and the terms Bakramasa on a number of occasions in his columns in the Gleaner. In a 2018 column that was titled and that ended with the words, Yes, Bakra, exclamation sign, Reverend Thwaites outlined his reasons for voting against the state of emergency at the time and implied that, in his view, the Holness administration was exhibiting Bakra tendencies. He was referring, Madam Speaker, not to the race of members of the government in power, but to his perception of an attitude and approach of members of the government. Now, Madam Speaker, are these terms, or is this term only used in reference to politicians? No, but it is always referring to an attitude and style of leadership related to power. In 2019, a Gleaner headline read, Cumberland principal staff at loggerheads over Bakramasa leadership. That was the headline in the Gleaner. The entire criticism in the article was based on an accusation of disrespect through the principal's perceived choice of language and leadership attitude. The article had nothing whatsoever to do with race. Madam Speaker, twice in the past, Gleaner columnist or guest columnist Kevin O'Brien Chang has described, in his view, a previous West Indies cricket board as having a quote-unquote backramasa leadership attitude. Nothing there about race or color.
A church in John Spence, St. Catherine is seeking assistance to offset the costs for their relaunch of their Sunday school, Fun Day and Treat. For more, let's hear from the church pastor. That's Pastor Marsha Latouch.
So, Worship and Deliverance Ministry will be hosting a treat on May 20, 2023 for 100 children in the nearby communities. I must let you know that on that day, we will be providing our children with rides, bounce about, games, prizes and surprises, food, and a lot more things to come. I must add to it that we have already received contribution from a special individual, which is Raw Deal. So with that, I just want to say thank you, Raw Deal, for contributing to this venture. I am sure that you will be putting smiles on the faces of our children. God bless you, and thank you so much for contributing to this street.
Jamaica burn victim received a big welcome home reception.
622, and that's a legal branch. That is the National Commercial Branch account set up for Adriana, and certainly there's also a GoFundMe page that is being set up, and I know for a fact that you will be able to use that avenue to donate. So ladies and gentlemen, again, we thank you for your support. The diaspora, the government of Jamaica, hospital, of course, Mr. Laing, I know, Tower of Strength during a very difficult time, and certainly the shining star, Adriana. Bless you, my darling, and we hope to see you blossom even more. So, on behalf of the government of Jamaica, my name is Deluna Fleming. Walkwood. Minister, yes, just a nice little presentation that Minister has. Right, so Minister, certainly.
Let's come back to me.
And of course, we'll finish.
I'm Dudley Thompson. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, thanks for watching.